Reggie in the Nets jersey. Reggie got Indiana. And he was.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
It's crazy how he was making the cuts,
Why is he not better than him?
Everybody take a seat. We think it's sports, but sometimes we don't know. We asking.
Yes. You are now tuned in to the number one podcast that gets recorded at 8:21 on Tuesdays. We think it's a sports show. I'm your host, Mike D. Thank you for joining us. We got a great show today. We are down one, bro. We're down one, brother. Preach is not here, so please keep listening. Don't turn it off. Where do y'all think Preach is? Because I have an idea.
right now.
Where's Preach at? He told us last week he wouldn't be here, so it's not like he just like a no call, no show like a couple other podcasters out there. But he did let us know he wasn't going to be here. Where y'all think he at?
I think his girl probably watched a couple episodes of the pod, and therapy session he said he wouldn't go to. Yeah, she probably took him to a couple therapy sessions, man.
You had to sit him down real quick. take a couple pods off. Get your mind right.
He at a restaurant right now somewhere. You know what I mean? Eating some food in Florida. He's saying, I'm telling on him. So tell him where he at. Yeah. Well, he might be somewhere in some state because I don't know who he tell. You know what I mean? I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't know who listen or who don't listen. You know what I mean? He just, wherever he at, he probably eating some food with you.
In his suit. I would say this. I would say that it's very ironic and very coincidental that he is not here the same week Kwame Brown got smoked for boys. Because Preach used to kill Kwame Brown. I think Kwame got him scared. He talked about Jordan Poyer having me scared. Kwame is coming for boys. Kwame coming for boys. And I think Preach know that he's in the infrared beam, and he's like, no, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna lay low for a little bit. I'm gonna let the streets cool down some before I pop back out. So
I didn't even know Kwame had a voice.
Yo,
I didn't know he could talk. I'm like, wow, this dude talk.
Yeah, the interview or something.
Interview or something. No, he don't interview. He Stephen A. Smith, Steven Jackson, Becky with the good hair. He is going at everybody that ever say anything. Gilbert Arenas, anybody that ever has smoke for him. Kwame is coming. I know Preach is next because Preach was upstairs and Preach had a whole Kwame Brown spill. So I know Preach shaking in his boots. It's good, bro. The streets are safe. Come on out. I don't know where you out. Come on out, bro.
He definitely the number one draft pick in podcast world right now. Kwame Brown. Everybody trying to sign him. I'll tell you that much.
well, you
get him up. We can get him on the segment.
I'm gonna hit him up, yo. I mean, he might come on. Like, come on, Kwame. We're gonna give you 15 minutes. We're gonna give you 5 minutes, Kwame. Come on here and talk the shit. I'm with that. But yeah, so we are here. My guy Millie is here. My guy Rad is here. I'm gonna go to Rad. No, I'm gonna go to Mills first because I got some stuff I want to spin off Rad. But Mills, how was the weekend, bro?
My weekend was dope, man. Dope weekend. Actually took a day off work to be
Mills took a day off work.
Man, I had to. Man. Big moment. My wife graduated, with a bachelor's degree in psychology this Saturday. So, they ain't have, due to COVID, they didn't get the opportunity, to walk the stage. All they had was like a little virtual ceremony with the name going across the screen. So, I went home, just to celebrate her big day with her. Because it was a struggle for her, you know what I mean? She kept fighting, she kept pushing, and she made it. So, I got a couple friends and family together. We had a little dinner, surprise dinner, and then we had a game night. Mike. Mike, we got smoked. Mike, oh my Lord, bro.
You all right?
It was boys against girls. We played like this culture tag joint where it give you like the abbreviations, I guess. That's the abbreviation for that?
Acronyms?
Yeah, the acronyms. Give you the acronyms. You got to guess what it is. So like
WTF or something?
Yeah. Okay. And it was just like some crazy shit. And the girls was just crazy. They just got everything. Like it was insane. We was down like 18-0 at one point.
Well, guys don't use nothing, right? Besides what? AF, WTF, LOL, really. Like I don't really get into my acronym bag or my whatever.
Well, it'd be like songs like goes the one SWV joint. I get so weak in the knees. You got to get all those letters, and it was like crazy.
Oh, word!
It was just
It was
insane,
fun.
bro. It was fun.
No,
It
it's
was
fun.
That's
It's a fun game. Yeah, it's a nice little game. I was good. You know what I mean? My teammates was a little
Mills
challenge. Mills, Money, and Kush was a little challenge. So,
oh, word!
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
a little
That's a nice squad. I figured y'all do all right.
The nice squad, Mike.
Yeah.
We well, Money Girl Leah, she had a head start because she knew the game. So
yeah, she made the game.
Okay.
She helped make the game. So,
All
but
right.
I mean, it was good. It was a good game. Definitely good. Little nice little setup, Mills. So that was dope.
Shout out to the wife. That's what's up. How about you, Rad? How was your
It was good, man. I had a help surprise party for my little brother Box.
out of the box?
So that was dope. It was a first little get together at the like outside barbecue. You know what I mean? Our family had in a while, and it was at the crib, so that was dope. So that whole experience was dope. Having people over.
Basement fridge or garage fridge?
Cooler.
Okay. Oh, the cooler. You got the cooler. Y'all
Cooler.
killed me for that like a year ago. Y'all killed me for my cooler take. You gotta have a cooler, man. No going in the house.
Cooler.
Gotta have
Yeah.
a cooler.
Cooler. Straight up cooler. But yeah, it was dope, man. It was definitely good feel. Felt like, the close thing to normal. It was just felt normal. It felt good. You know what I mean? So that was dope. Family and everything. So it was dope.
That's what's up. Yeah, I chilled with Miko and Dirk this weekend.
Raw.
Went to Miko crib. He put a little fire, and we just drinking whiskey and just talking, bro. Felt good. Felt regular. Felt normal. Felt like all right. And we are vaccinated too. So like, all right, we ain't got to worry about nothing. It's like, all right, cool. So hopefully this summer, I've been working out again. Me and Angie getting our bodies ready for Hawaii. So is there any updates on stuff like that?
What's the wait? You said working out. What's those push-ups looking like?
Man, I did about 10. I still got 10 for you. But I did chest day. Yo, Mills texted me, asked me if I want to do 5,000 push-ups by June. I was like, what? So I told him I'd sign up, but I did chest day, bro.
And then I also asked you last week if you want me to take you out. You said, no, I'm good. And you still at 10. You was at 10 day one.
Still at 10. Yo, it's a struggle.
10 toes down.
I'm 10 toes down. I'm 10 toes down. I'm my boy Cleo, he did like
ass.
400 a day though. So he picking up the slack for me.
He didn't go to jail or nothing like that?
Nah. He just work out.
Just willingly do 400?
Well,
I'm up to 250 right now.
250 a day?
Yeah, I can do 250 a day now.
Well, you went to,
I'm getting there.
The Navy. You went to Air Force. My bad. You went to Air Force.
Yeah, we weren't doing 200 a day, but I get your point.
So, but you're right. How is the wedding planning going?
I don't know. I'm not in it. My name.
Right, just showing up. Go ahead, swipe the card.
Don't ask me. I mean, when I know something definitive, I will relay stuff, but I don't ask questions until they get. You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm hands off, man. I don't really know.
It's her day, anyways.
Yeah, I don't really know, man. I'm sorry. I would when she starts stuff, I would know I gotta start thinking of like colors and stuff boys gonna wear and stuff like that.
That's why I asked.
We only started like 5 months ago. I mean, 5 months before our drink though. So
yeah, but y'all wasn't leaving the country.
You're right.
Well, Hawaii.
Well, it's not the country technically.
Well,
technically.
You gonna dye your dreads depending on the color of the
locks.
The what?
No, I'm not dyeing my locks.
draw tips.
No, whoa, what was that? But that's why I brought that up. That's why I brought that up, Rat, because this weekend Angie and I are moving.
Oh,
right.
Wow.
So we downsizing, save some money. So then next year or the year after, try to buy a crib. Right now it's crazy. They said if you're not putting 50 over, you might as well not even try to be competitive. So it's quiet for that.
It's true.
It's quiet for that. So I'm not doing that. So save a little bit more money and then get back in a year or two. But so we're going to downsize. But so I don't have as much closet space. So I need to get rid of some stuff. A lot of stuff I don't wear. So I'm looking damn, I just got some drip in here. I just only wear sweatpants in the Roundhouse Bay. Like, I'm sorry, I've been cheating you. So we're going through. I get to my suits. I'm like, this is keeping this. I see a gold suit. I put out the closet. I'm like, all right, babe. She's like, throw it out. I was like, nah, babe. I was like, what about the coat? I could wear the coat somewhere, right? She's like, no, you can't wear the coat nowhere. I'm like, you're right. I'm not wearing no gold coat nowhere. I'm like, how about the pants? She said, I'm not wearing no gold pants nowhere.
Was that my wedding suit?
Yes, bro. Why'd you make us buy a wedding suit that nobody is probably ever going to wear again?
That combo was fire, bro.
With maroon, bro. Oh my God.
The fire combo.
It's nice for a wedding, but I'm never gonna be able to wear that stuff again. I don't go to church enough to wear that.
If you go to a Soul Train party or something, you can.
Yeah, you got to go to like a party like for that. Yeah, you got to go through. You got to go to something. Yeah.
I don't really go to that many places. But the same thing, I was going through my tie bags and how all my ties from through life, and it was your sister tie that I had to wear for the wedding. And I thought about it. I'm like, I do that suit out too. I'm sick of buying suits for $200 and only wearing them for one day. I'm not doing that no more, Brad. You better pick some gray, blue, black, something I can wear.
We're gonna have a raw short suit set. The drink with the shorts and the suit.
That'd be fire.
I like water, you got to, right? Nah.
No.
Are we wearing shoes? No shoes? That'd be right. Rack at the wedding with no shoes. That's fire.
I can do what y'all want, really. Come as you are. Save some money, man. Let's save some money, man. Hey. Everybody get drippy. You know what I'm saying?
Come as you are. If Sasha hear that, she gonna be tight. She's like, let me tell niggas, come as you are in my wedding. You must be marrying somebody else. But yeah, so no, that was my weekend. Just packing. I put my pool table up on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. Mills seen my joint. I don't think you ever seen my joint, Rad. Bruh, so I put it up there for $20. I think I bought it.
Let me get it.
I mean, I'm gonna pick it up. I think I bought it for $100, or she had it listed at $100. But when I went there, it was a woman, and she said, "Hey, my husband cheated on me. I just kicked him out the house. I just want all his shit gone." He like, to be honest, you could have this pool table. So I'm almost positive I got it for free, 3 years ago.
Wow. So
now we move it. There's no room to put it. And I don't want to just put it out there. And the hassle of, I'm saying it's selling for $100. And then people are like, what about 80? What about 75? What about, bro, I need this shit gone. I'm about to move out like tomorrow. Like I need it gone. So I put it up there for 20. Bro, I got like 300 inquiries on that. Trying to go in and find somebody. And I was looking for somebody black. And I found a woman with like a couple kids. So I'm like, yeah, I'm holding her for her to Saturday. I figure I'd be playing it forward. I feel like the kids to get some use out of it. Yeah. So I'm like, so that's what I'm doing. So some dude tried to come right now, but I'm like, nah, I'm potting, bro. It's quiet.
You might spark somebody, some being like the next billiards like star or something.
That'd be fire.
On ESPN, right?
He said his story is, my mom bought a pool table for $20, and that's how I got my start. So I did want to get into a little relationship advice from you two. You two are my friends that are in successful relationships from the outside in. And Angie and I went to the mall the other day. And while we were in there, we went and got her ring size. Ooh. So I'm on that type of time, but we're gonna see. We seeing
6.5.
See out there. No, 8.25.
Oh, I'll just check the number.
But I'm curious for y'all. I don't know if you don't want to say or if it wasn't one thing, but if it was, like, what was the one thing that you can remember when you was like, this is it. I'm locking it up. I'm just gonna go ahead and marry her. Like, was it one thing for y'all? Mel, I'm gonna let you go first since you're the married guy.
Was it?
Yeah, was it? Did you have an aha moment? Like, oh yes, she don't want.
No, I mean, I don't
say the right thing, Mills. Tread lightly, brother. Might try to get us with the okie doke.
Me and Lex was together for a minute. We were together for a minute before I proposed, right? And she always told me that it don't take that long for you to know if this person or that person is a perfect person for you, the one you want to spend the rest of your life with. And
everybody, hold on, let me pause that. Imagine that. It's gonna take so long for you to decide the person you're gonna spend the rest of your life with.
It's one of those things that people say, so just let them say it. That sound cute. It sounds cute. It sounds right, but you know.
But me personally, I don't know. I was never one of those people that was really satisfied in a relationship. I always try to find a way to get out, you know, to enjoy my life, you know, hang with you guys and to go to party and meet chicks and everything like that. But I don't know. It was one moment. I don't know. Honestly, Mike.
Here we go. Come on, keep it real, bro. It's just us.
I honestly, I want to thank you. Why?
I do.
I want to thank you because you kind of opened my eyes a little bit, because it was a lot of times when you said, no, I'm not hanging with y'all. I'm gonna spend time with my girl. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm gonna do stuff like that. Terribly for me. Right.
Yo, what, Mike?
But it was a point that I would rather, you know, spend time with you guys, you know, and have a good night out than spend time with Lex or my girl or whatever. Yep. And it was a moment in my life I can't, you know, pinpoint that exact moment, but it was like, you know what, I'm not, they ain't doing nothing for me. You know what I mean? I enjoy the fellowship and stuff like that, but they're not the ones that's at home, you know, waiting for me to come home at night.
Back and shit.
Having food on the table, you know what I mean? Hugging me when I'm sad, you know, and cheering me up, you know, and stuff like that. So it was at that moment when I'm like, yeah, I got to cut back, you know, from hanging with you guys so much and actually spend time with my lady and get to know her. Because a lot of things that you don't know about your significant other, and it just takes time, you know, to build that relationship, build that bond. And I'm still learning things today. And I just, at one point I felt that, yo, she's really, you know, the one. She calms me down. You know what I mean? She's there whenever I need her. And I gotta make this decision. Do I want to risk losing her, or do I want to do the right thing and spend the rest of my life with her? So, you know what I mean? I said, you know, I'm gonna buckle down and be the big dog on campus and pop the question. It took me some time. I actually bought the ring probably like a year and a half before I actually proposed, because I was trying to do some raw stuff. Like I wanted to go to the movies and have some credit plan at the end of the movie. Like I was trying to.
What happened to the blip? You don't want to have no blip? You didn't have to.
I wanted to get the airplane and ride it in the sky. I was thinking of some raw stuff.
That's fire.
And I thought about it and I prayed. Like, what would be the perfect day? And then, like, you know, like she lost her mom. I'm like, her mom was a big part of her life. And I wanted her mom to be a part of that big day. So I'm like, you know what? We always go to the cemetery every year on Mother's Day to go just spend time with her mom and see her, you know, see her gravesite and stuff like that. And I said, I'm going to make her mom a part of this special day. So I waited until Mother's Day and I proposed to her at the cemetery at her mom's gravesite. It was probably the best decision. It was the best decision I ever made. So
That's fire. All right, Mills, you saved that. You was him and hawing at first, but you came through. I appreciate that. How about you, Rad? You got something like that, or because you and Swamp was together a little longer than them?
Yeah. It was. I wouldn't say it was one like defining moment. It was just a lot of accumulating moments. You know what I mean? And just understanding, just her, just allowing me to be me. You know what I mean? I guess that's the best. Not trying to change me or nothing like that. Just allowing me to grow, allowing me to grow into a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you don't realize how much you don't know. You know what I mean? And just helping me grow into the man I am today. Just being a part of that. Just allowing me to be, you know, come with some wild ideas or just wild thoughts, or being like I was talking about last spot, just being my best friend. You know what I mean? Like legit, I literally opened up to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and let her, you know what I mean? I literally just told her everything. Like I tell her everything now. So just being that person for me, you know what I mean? It made all the sense in the world. That's, you know what I mean? So that's, I guess if that's when I start doing that, when I start being able to tell her more, not hide certain things that I would just cause, not even the real reason, just certain things you just don't want to tell her, just cause. But now I'm okay with telling her because I know how she gonna react. I know how we a team, we won. So, that when that realization kicked in, that's when it was like, all right, you know what I mean? What else there is to do?
All right. No, I respect that. And I'm glad you said that. And that's why I asked you, because that's kind of where I'm at in my stage. Right. Me, Angie, I think one of her criticisms of me, or one of her issues with me, is that I'm not always forthcoming. And it's not like I'm trying to hide something or anything. It's like I just don't tell her what's going on. Like, I got it all my set up here, but it's not translating to her ear. She's like, hey, what's up? I just want to know what's going on. I said, my bad. Here, I'm doing this, and this, and this. So I'm still working on that, obviously, but it seemed like you got through it, so I know I can. So I do appreciate
it's reps for sure.
No, it's reps. And so now, now we have like an out briefing like every night where we just like talk about whatever I need to get off my mind, whatever she need to get off her mind, and then if we got to make any decisions, we can sleep on it.
Yep.
And
that's good. That's good. We started setting aside like 30 to 45 minutes of just talking, just having conversation. No TV, no music, no nothing. Just sit there and talk, ask each other how their day is. Like that's really like something that's important to ask your significant other how your day is. Like a lot of people don't ask that question, and that question is very, very important because it can be a make it or break it for that person for that moment.
No, yeah. How was your day? How was her day? Started every influential conversation we ever had, because that shit just spiral to everything.
Yeah. But I heard you started off with the ring size. So I got a question. Do you think it's proper, the right thing to do to take that person with you to get their ring size, or do you just surprise them with a ring? Because if you take them to get a ring size, they know, hey, you probably get a ring sooner or later, or do you surprise them with a ring and just be like, hey, I didn't even know this was going to happen?
I would say that's more, I'm going to say that's fairy tale type of thing. But like, unless she's like an average ring size, I mean, you want to know what size she is. So when I drop down on one knee, I guess I could have kind of circumvented that around her, asked her mom to kind of pry, asked one of her friends to pry. But she was just like, yo, I'm letting you know my ring size now. That doesn't mean like next week I'm giving her a ring.
Yeah.
But now I know. So, I mean, but she knew she was going to get one eventually anyways.
Right.
So, but at least,
I snuck Lex ring and put on my finger and saw how far it can go down. And then I went to the ring store. It was like, can I get the ring little measure? Let me see how far these joints go down so I can get the proper size. Yeah. And that's how I did my joint.
Was you right?
Yeah, I was right. I was dead on.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
however you get it, however you do it. I think it's more so to feel like if it's more so you got to gauge your girl, like if that's something that would like blow her, you know what I mean? But some people, they want you to get it right.
Go with you to the my own joint out.
Yeah, man. Some people is like, yo, because yes, thank you for marrying me, but I don't like that ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. I got my mind set on something else. I want this one. You know what I mean? This is not the one that's in style right now. All those things is real. You know what I mean? Some women settle, some people say stuff. So all that stuff matters. So it depends on who your woman is, I guess.
And I think it gives her a little peace of mind. Like, okay, he got my ring size now. So we one step closer to actually getting it done. So I think that's the
and that might put a little pep in her step. You know what I mean? Gonna take her to that ring. She's like, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you hungry? Hold on.
Yes, cook a little more dinners this month. Little things. Little foot massages or something like. Yeah. Just randomly say the number 8.25 right there. All right. I remember.
It's gonna be a little subliminals, just like 8:25. All the clocks could be 8:25. Like,
I woke you up. I woke you up at 8:25, man, just to remind you know what I'm saying, just to remind you. Yeah. It's all the tricks, man. It's all the way how you use it, bro. It's all how you use it, man.
I'm crying. All right. I know Preach probably listening like, yo, just shut the hell up. So we gonna go ahead and get to some sports.
Because on some real, if you because that'd be major pressure. All right. All right. Let's keep going though.
Let's go ahead. So let's get into some sports. I feel like the only place to start is with the Hall of Fame and with Kobe Bean Bryant. He was inducted to the Hall of Fame. Him, Tim Duncan, KG. I think those some of the big names. I get the full list when you guys are talking, but I only listened to the Kobe part with Vanessa Bryant and MJ up there. I'm a big Tim Duncan fan, but I didn't need to listen to him talk, at least right now. I'll probably listen to it eventually. Same thing with KG. So I only heard Kobe part, but obviously that was the headline because he's, him and Tim Duncan, depending on how you rate them on the list, they normally 7-8, 8-7, no time, you know what I mean? So, but with the tragic death of him, people wanted to see that. People wanted to see Vanessa Bryant. People wanted to see MJ. So, what did you think about the Hall of Fame? If you've seen more of it, please don't expound. But what did you think of the Kobe ceremony?
I go. I mean, to be honest, I kind of avoided it. To be completely honest with you, I seen Jordan help her up the podium. I seen some of her speeches. So I seen like a little snippet, like I would see it on my timeline, and then I'll just be like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. It's weird for me. You know what I mean? It's just like it's unreal still. So I honestly avoided it. I listened to some Tim Duncan speech about. I saw a little snippet about Pop, how much he didn't want to, how Pop didn't want. Pop didn't want him to talk about him. That's the type of Pop guy is. I mean, I saw that. I saw KG was cool, but the Kobe, Kobe Bryant one, the Vanessa Bryant one, I just was like, yeah. I saw the pictures of her daughter wearing a jacket. I mean, his daughter wearing a jacket of him, so that was dope. Okay. But I didn't listen. I saw some of the things she said and like I read it, but I didn't listen to it. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of like avoided it.
I didn't cry, but she didn't cry either.
Okay.
And I want to give her some props before Mills go, because I don't even know how she made it through that without crying. I mean, she probably cried every day, every night. Yeah. Like she lost a husband and a daughter. So, and then like when she went up there, she was like getting her composure, and somebody was like, "We love you, Vanessa," and I was like, "Oh, she about to lose it," but she kept it, and I give her that. She's strong for that. But to survive this long, well, it's only been a year, but to survive that and not go crazy, you got to be strong. So what you think, Millie?
Yeah, I'm pretty much piggybacking on Rad. I tried to avoid, watch it too, but I watched some clips and everything like that. And like you said, man, she was very strong lady. And I condemn her for that. Like
commend her.
That's what I said.
No, you said condemn me.
Did I?
Yeah, condemn. I'm crying.
Commend.
I'm wild.
Is that really just switching the two letters?
Condemn. So.
Commend. It is. Wow. It is.
Raw Mills.
That's what's up. So,
it is. But no, she was. Oh, my Wi-Fi acting up. So
here you go.
Yo,
for real.
Yo, before we got on, he said, "Yo, I'm just hungry, yo, boy." So you already know what time it is.
No, I was talking. I guess you ain't hear me. That's why you started talking. My Wi-Fi is messing up though. But for real, she held her own. I did appreciate the point she made about Kobe being tough and Kobe doing what he did. For the fans, like he was that boy in the 300 section that wanted to see his favorite player, Michael Jordan play. And then he wanted to show that same, he wanted to be that same icon that Michael was to the people that were in the 300 section coming to see him play. So he did whatever he could, to be on the court and give forth his best effort, every day, day in and day out. And I appreciate him for that. I really didn't follow Kobe, as much. As you guys know, I really wasn't really into sports and everything like that, besides me playing myself. But so it was a lot of things that I didn't really, see him do. But to hear that and to watch a couple of the highlights they threw up, before everything went down, it was good to look at because I mean he was an amazing person on and off the court. You know what I'm saying? The things he did for the people and the community, you know, those children that were, you know, suffering, you know, whatever they were suffering with in the hospital, like cancer and stuff like that. You know, he put forth his best effort to make people happy and to put smiles on people's faces. And you can tell that how he was loved and how everybody appreciated him. And I just want to thank her, you know, for stepping in his shoes, you know, stepping in his place to go up there and accept the award for him because it's not something that's easy. You know what I mean? So I just want to thank her and say we appreciate, you know, her for doing that.
Shout out to her. So the class was, and this was the 2020 class. So last year it was canceled because of COVID. And I do want to get into the 2021 class too. I'm just gonna say the names. We're not gonna talk about it. I want to wait the next week to preach his back because he was living in the group message. Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, KG, big names. Eddie Sutton, coach. Rudy Tomjanovich. Rudy Tomjanovich. The women's Tamika Catchings. That's Tamika. Kim Mulkey, Barbara Stevens. I'm probably Brad Stevens' mom. And Patrick Bowman, he international committee. And then so let me look up the 2021 NBA Hall of Fame class because there's a couple of names. This one is not as good as the last one. I can assure you that.
Hey, you got some boys on there.
Some C-list guys.
Yeah. Rick Elderman, coach Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh is. Because we had the debate with him and C Webb, I want to say maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I think you and I were team C Webb and Preach was team Chris Bosh. And I think Preach said Chris Bosh gonna get into the Hall of Fame before C Webb. And it's funny because Chris Webber made it this year too. Chris Webber made it this year. I didn't think Ben Wallace was going to be a Hall of Famer. But he was a 4-time NBA defensive player, but like KG was like 11-time, and he won the was the main person on the championship, and he
MVP.
went to all these MVPs, and he was a
Defensive Player of the Year.
All-Star, first time like all team, I don't see how Ben Wallace just make it by just making 4-time defensive player. Like
enforcer, man. He changed the game out there, man. That bully ball. He's a bully.
The only thing I'm mad about, just because we're not talking about it, fully, but only thing I'm mad about before we move on is just that usually, like, Chris Webber was my gauge of player you talk about. Like, is he better than Chris Webber? Chris Webber not Hall of Fame then. You know what I mean? That was my gauge. Now I got to find a new gauge.
Everybody let too many people in.
Who the new gauge? Ben Wallace. It should be Chris Webber, Ben Wallace. It was going to be Bosh. It was going to be these people. Oh, wow. It was going to be these people. It was going to be these people. And now they all in. So it's like, who was that new baseline that didn't get in? I can't find them. Who is
Jermaine O'Neal? I'd be going out.
Jermaine O'Neal. It's Jermaine O'Neal. It's got to be. It's Jermaine O'Neal. Ron Artest?
That's low, bro. That's
Ron Artest. It's Ron Artest. Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal. There's Tony Parker in. He probably going to get in. Tony Parker will get in. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, so
Jerry Stackhouse. You know what I mean? Jason Terry. That's what we doing.
Jason Terry?
That's what we doing.
Oh, that's sad. All right. Well, this is why I say the Basketball Hall of Fame really, it means nothing. But when you have a class that highlights Kobe, Tim Duncan, and KG, all-time players.
Yeah, all-time great.
You have one with Chris Bosh, who was a 3. Paul Pierce, Paul Pierce should be in there.
Yeah, Paul Pierce in there.
Bill Russell as a coach. I'm surprised he wasn't already in.
That's nuts.
Ben Wallace and C Webb. C Webb is a 5-time NBA All-Star. 5 times. 5-time NBA All-Star. How is he in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, Blake Griffin might get in.
I guess Michigan matters too, though, because
they threw that as college career in.
Because the basketball is Naismith, so it encompasses all basketball. Yeah. So if they included some Michigan, I'm with them, I guess.
So do Tyler Hansbrough get in? Like, who gets in?
Yeah, Redick.
Redick get in? Heck, not right. Yo, that's crazy.
Redick was one of the best college players I ever seen, bro.
He was,
and then he's been in the league forever.
That's a fact.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, bro.
So we'll see. But we're gonna talk about the 2021 in more detail next week. I'm gonna let Preach yell and scream.
I'm starting my campaign now. Stephon Marbury need to be in the Hall of Fame there.
We going why is it because the sneakers?
All of it. He was nice. Sneakers, China, all of it, bro.
China.
Y'all had those kicks.
Stephon Marbury. I did.
No, the whole tech freshman JV.
We had those.
I had Homies though. I definitely had some. Homies.
You had the Homie Marberries?
No, I had Homie J's over Marberries. I could have had Marberries, but I said, nah, let me take the Homie J's. That was tough decisions back in the day. Shout out to Alma. Shout out to store on Alma. You know what I mean? Had the all black sevens, Homies.
Shout out to King City. Shout out to King City. King City had the three.
Had a fraud, Mike. He a fraud. He's still a fraud, man. He probably still got Homies.
It's probably harder to find Homies than real ones now. Like for real. Like, but nah. That was sophomore year.
Yo, Homied
up sophomore. You gotta be. Freshman, sophomore year, Homied up.
I feel like Dan was like the only one that wasn't Homied up.
Yeah, Dan was not. Yeah, Dan wasn't the only one.
Dan was gonna spend 180 for some J's. Like, all right, bro, I'm going King City. I'm gonna get three.
I'm going King City to get three. I had Homie Tims. I don't know if they was Homie Tims, but I bought them from there. I don't know if they was Homie Tims, but I bought them from there. So I'm assuming was they Homie and Tims too?
I thought that was the only thing boys bought legit was Tims. You had to buy Tims legit.
I'm talking about back then. I bought Tims from there. So if they were selling everything, why would you not buy Tims too? They were selling for $50, $80. You know what I mean? Tims 200.
Construction? Yeah.
Construction?
Bro,
you had a big house.
I got a scuff on one of my ones. I went to King City. Yo, let me re-up. This shit was like white tees. Go buy one every other day. All right, so do want to talk about the NBA season is over. The playing games are happening right now while we're recording. So when we listen to this, we don't know who is going to win. Oh, really?
Yeah, it was down like 25 at half.
With LeVert not playing?
Yep, like Charlotte. No break. I mean, y'all already know, but Pacers won 144, Hornets 117. Smoked.
Damn, what my guy LaMelo do?
No, I think he had like 16 or something.
Yeah, he ain't do. They got smoked.
All right, so Indiana they play balling. See,
LaMelo had 14 and 4. They got smoked.
Yeah, got smoked. So, but mentioning Melo, because I want to do a little NBA season awards to see who y'all think gonna win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. So let's start with Rookie of the Year since we brought up Melo. He did miss some time, but I think it's really between him and Edwards. I guess, what do y'all lie?
Yeah, it's LaMelo.
Oh, you think Melo went? Why?
Because they want him to get it.
Okay.
He's the darling. He was the darling of the draft. If you go on ESPN, he's the biggest thing. Like, it's like Zion. It's like LeBron, Zion, LaMelo. Like, them the three major keys right there. So shout out to DJ Khaled, major key. Yeah. So I think they want him to win it. The narrative, like, he been on TV and people consciousness the most. So I think that plays an effect, and I think he's gonna win.
Do you think not enough people maybe not know about Edwards unless you really?
Oh yeah, and they were bad. And Melo had them like 4th, 5th seed before he got hurt. Like, I think that's enough. And then what Anthony Edwards was doing was great. I think he's gonna be a great player, but they like the worst team in NFL in the NBA. You know what I mean? Melo translated to win, so I think that alone gets him to it by edge. Some people definitely gonna vote for Edwards, but I think Melo get it slightly.
I agree. I think solely because the Hornets was a play-in team and Minnesota was losing every game, and that I could never hit a ticket with them. I figured that there was no chance of him getting it, but we see because he balled out. He balled out.
Yeah, so but I think his name really got out there when LaMelo got hurt though. So if Melo didn't really get hurt, it wouldn't have been as close of a race, as people see it as right now.
Maybe. I mean, he was balling. But like I said, it is a popularity.
The dunks. He had the best dunk of the season, so that helped him. That
best dunks
definitely projected him. He was
best interviews, all of it. But like we talked about LaMelo last year and how he had he had more IG followers than like the whole Timberwolves team or something. Like he's just that popular. So I mean, they're gonna give it to him. That it's better for the story.
It's better, yeah, exactly. It's better for them. Like it's gonna help them sell him up more. He already popular. It's just y'all gotta get that NBA's entertainment too, man. You gotta know that they gonna make that type of close type of thing. They just gonna go with the one that's gonna benefit them more, I think.
Yeah. Exactly. If Edwards get it, that's gonna sit on his mantle somewhere. He never gonna. He's like, all right, go
it's like
ahead.
Malcolm Brogdon getting it. Like he got it like out of nowhere. It's like, okay, nobody know that.
So how about coach of the year?
It's tough. You go, Mills.
I got Tom Thibodeau, man.
Doug Dimmadome.
They actually had a big turnaround. You know, the culture changed over there. Brought in some different players, some veteran players as well. They had that winning mindset, man, and they succeeded. They in the playoffs. I think it was the first playoff run in like 8 or 9 years.
Yep.
So I mean that's a huge turnaround. And they like the 4th seed, right?
Yep.
Fourth seed.
I think that they playing the Hawks. Nas got tickets, season tickets. So Nas gonna be at the games. The Hawks.
That's raw.
That's raw.
Yeah, so that's a big turnaround from being nowhere near the playoffs and then be fourth seed, and you got home field advantage or home court advantage and everything like that. So that's a big turnaround. So that's who I got coach of the year.
Now I agree. So before you go, Rack, I don't know who you're gonna say, but I guess I'll go because it was between him and Monty, and the only reason why I went with Tibbs is because I did come in here and give him some credit when Derrick Rose got there. I'm like, yo, him and D Rose, they don't miss. They like Wayne, Drake, and Nicki or something. him, D Rose, and Taj Gibson is the young money of the NBA. Along with, I was the Buzz fan when he was at the Buzz, but I think basketball is just better when the Knicks are good. And even with Phoenix being number one, nobody really, I say don't care, but it doesn't move the needle like the Knicks being back in the playoffs. So that's why I'm giving it to Tibbs, because I think it's better for the story as well. But shout out to Monty. So who you got, Rat?
I'm gonna go Monty. I think Monty. I think Monty gonna get it. I think this climate. He got a story too. His story is crazy. He losing his wife and in that accident. I think and his kid, I believe too. I don't want to speak on it. I'm not truly sure, but yeah. So I think he got a story. Phoenix being the 2 seed, that was definitely, I guess, getting Chris Paul maybe. Which was more unlikely, Phoenix being 2 seed or Knicks making the playoffs? I guess people would probably would have leaned towards Knicks making the playoffs because that's probably more of a. They didn't make no major moves to do that. You know what I mean? It's pretty much the team they had. They added Derrick Rose. But Phoenix added Chris Paul, a way more polished player, and they had that 8-0 run in the bubble last year. So, but I'm gonna go Monty. I think, I think this honestly, him being a black man, being a black coach, being successful, I think that's gonna play in his favor. Tibbs already got it everywhere. Tibbs got it once or twice before. What he does, but Monty being a number 2 seed in the West, which I think a lot of people saying the West is pretty much it's tougher stack. So, I'm gonna lean towards Monty. I think it'll be close because I mean Tibbs, what he did with the Knicks, Julius Randle was in the top 5 MVP candidates. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. You know what I mean? And that's a direct correlation with him arriving. So I wouldn't be mad either way. I could definitely see 1-2 either way. One of those 2 coaches.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go Monty. I'm rooting for everybody black, so I'm going with Monty. You by yourself now. But speaking of Julius Randle, are we all in agreement that he's most improved player?
100%, man.
Yeah, man. Is
there anybody else even like that's gonna get a vote? Is he gonna be the first unanimous most improved player?
Yeah, bro.
Maybe Jordan Clarkson, but no, Jordan Clarkson probably get 6 man.
Because he come off the bench.
Zach LaVine had a great. Zach LaVine had a good. You know what I'm saying? But realistically,
Julius Ball, man. I think he averaged like 25 and like 9 or something.
Yeah, Randall, he been going crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So how about defense player of the year?
I'm going Rudy, man. Big Rudy. Pause. I'm going Rudy, man. That defensive presence, down in the paint, man. It changed a lot. it changed a whole bunch. You know, on the basketball court when you got a big man down there. That's
I wouldn't know since you was our center.
That's true. That's true. Man. I mean, I held my own, man. I held my own. Yeah, you get that presence down there, man. Archer people shots and stuff like that. I think he averaged like 10 or 11 defensive rebounds, a couple blocks a game, like 2 or 3. So I mean, I just feel his presence on the court is like intimidating to people coming to the hoop compared to like a point guard or a guard, you know, outside defending the perimeter. You know, you can easily, you know, do what you got to do to get past him, a couple of screens and stuff like that. But when you get in the paint, it's a whole different ball game when you got a big guy down there that can, you know, handle his own and hold his own. So I'm going Rudy.
So Rudy Gobert, he won Defensive Player of the Year 2018 and 2019. So if he win again, this would be his third time. He went all NBA team 2017, 2019, all defense 2017 or 2018, 2019, 2020, maybe 2017 too. Is Rudy Gobert a Hall of Famer?
Of course. So you gotta be.
Yeah,
you gotta be.
This is crazy.
Yo, I mean, for real. But I mean, even though I think Rudy gonna win it. But I want to throw some. I'm gonna throw some bell to the bell. But I want to shout out to Nerlens Noel. Nerlens Noel. Yeah. He been balling. He like second. He probably second to Rudy and blocks this year or something like that. But when he play, Knicks defense is like number 1 in the league. You know what I mean? So he is one of the best reasons that why is Knicks is Julius Randle offensively, Nerlens Noel defensively. You know what I mean? He's really been the anchor for that defensive team. Hopefully he probably gonna finish probably in the top 2 or 3. I think. But I think Rudy gonna get it because you got to give something to Utah. They number 1 seed in the West. You got Donovan Mitchell been gone for last 10 games or so. So somebody got to win something over there. So I think they definitely give Rudy.
Well, what confused me was for different 6 man of the year, they had Jordan Clarkson and Joe Ingles as 1 and 2. I'm like, one of them can't be 6 man. Like one of them
Ingles gonna get it. I think he'll lean towards Ingles personally. But yeah,
really.
Yeah, it's one of the 2, but I think they're gonna lean towards Ingles. I mean, Derrick Rose has a shot too. I think they're in the top 3. I think I think it's Clark. I think it's Clarkson, Ingles, and D Rose. So, you know.
All right. So most important, MVP. Who wins it?
I mean, it's out of 2 people. It's out of Steph. It's out of the Joker, in my opinion. But I mean, Steph had an amazing year. You wouldn't think that they would have made it as far as they did. You know, coming into the season, you know, Clay being out, Draymond being who Draymond is. I mean, Steph, you got Steph coming in, just being that, oh man, that boy, like legit that boy. Like he's one of those people you say, yo, I got that boy on my squad, that dog, you know what I mean? And he had an amazing season, but I just think the Joker would get it, man. He had a great year, man. Great year. I think he averaged 20, 10, and like 8, something crazy, 26, something.
That was a stats today. Crazy. All right, man.
As a big man, you average 8 assists, you know, in a season. Like you was literally the center of that team.
God,
you know what I mean? So he had a good year, man. He put up good numbers.
Career.
Even with Murray going out, you know, he still stepped up and did his thing, you know, with the, as you would call, replacements, people that filled in that void. So
Michael Porter Jr. is better than Jamal Murray. So
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying.
I'm saying I just think it's a plus, not a plus. It's not a plus, but I think he got more touches, which I think is better for the team. But you can continue. Your point is definitely valid, though. I understand what you're
saying. Right. You be having, you love Michael Porter Jr. Like you big him up anytime you get.
Yeah, bro. I was so like in the draft when he fell. I'm like, yo, like somebody. This is the NBA, bro. You gotta take a flyer. He had the potential to be like really good,
talented,
bro. Take him. Just take the flyer. He fell like to 12 or something, 13. You know what I mean? It's just like ridiculous. So,
but Jokic averaged 26.4 points, 10.8 assists, and 10.8 rebounds and 8.3 assists. 56% from the field, 38.8 from 3. So I mean, those some numbers especially for a big 6'11", 284. Yo, he be blender in the paint.
Yeah, the best passing big man in the league. One of Right, better of all time. You know what I mean? Average to average 8 assists in a game like that. But me personally, I do think he probably gonna win. But I think Embiid was on the. I think he was going to get it. I think he's better. I personally think Embiid is better than Joker. And I don't know if he's still going to be able to garner enough votes to get it because how many games he missed. But I think he's the better player, and I think he's the MVP. You know what I mean? I think Ben Simmons. Even though he's a good defensive player, he clearly just be like, all right, he locked into being where he's at. And I think Embiid took the next step forward. You thought it was going to be, they both ascend together to this level of greatness, but it's like Embiid, all right, you can stay there, bro. Let me raise my game even higher. And I think he did that. You know what I mean? And I think he was the best player in the league at one point. He just got hurt. And I think he deserved MVP. If I had a vote, I will give it to Embiid.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't go Steph. I figured that's where you was going to go.
Nah, they AFC
because the AFC. So you take that seeding to the heart. Every time you mention MVP, you was like, man, Russell Westbrook was a 6th seed.
Yeah, I mean, I love Steph, and I think what Steph was doing was amazing. But I mean, Dame finished higher than you, bro. I mean, how much more talent do they have than them? I think Portland is a better team. Yeah. I mean, Steph, you could have finished 5th seed. That's how I feel. I feel like the wins could have got better. I think Dame did it. Dame finished 6th seed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he had a similar somewhat team. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. I feel like finishing 8th seed, bro. That's just
Kellum was out for a while too.
Yeah, and Nurkic was out for a while. It's just low for me. And you was great. He was great, but it was just too low for me. You got to finish some top 4 seeds for me. Okay. That's me.
I respect that. Yeah, I've been coming in here saying that the Joker played like me for a couple months. So yeah, that's where I'm going.
Joker.
Shout out to Jokic.
He probably gonna win. I mean,
all right. Nice. So we talked playing games. So let's talk. So Hornets, Pacers. We already know who won that. Pacers won. Wizards, Celtics. Who y'all got?
I got Wiz.
Ooh. You agree with that, Rad? You going Wizards?
It's so tough now because I don't know because Jaylen Brown now. Obviously, y'all know Jaylen Brown is out. But how is they gonna respond? How the Celtics gonna respond to that? I'm going Celtics. I'll go Celtics. I think they're gonna respond well to that. I think Jason Tatum gonna rally. Kemba gonna rally. I'll go Celtics.
Yeah, Tony had texted us earlier. Was like, who y'all got, Wizards or Celtics? And I was like Celtics because Westbrook gonna do some dumb shit at the end of the game. I just don't know if I trust him yet.
I'm interested in, and I think Westbrook gonna play an amazing game because I'm just looking forward to him, playing Brooklyn, playing Harden, playing Kevin Durant first round, trying to knock them boys out. That what I mean. So that's really why I'm pulling for the Wizards, and I think they're gonna.
I like that.
And they both got nothing. They both got nothing to technically lose because they get either team get another game. So I mean, I don't know how that's gonna affect too, because you know what I mean. How high are you gonna go? If you lose, you can just still beat you can beat Indiana, in a couple of days. So we'll see how that play a factor in it.
In fact, I like that. I think Westbrook with the thought of playing them, right? If he was smart, I'd be like, nah, let me avoid Brooklyn.
But not Westbrook.
You might lose that joke, but all right, we see. So, but I got the Celtics, but with Brown being out, I don't know. But I'm gonna say Celtics right now. We're gonna see. If Priest might be right about Brad Stevens. Celtics and them lose, don't make it. I don't know. Sir, Priest can come in here and, matter of fact, I'm going Wizards because I'd rather Preach. I want to hear Priest talk about how good Westbrook is once they win, how bad Brad Stevens is once they lose. So I'm going Wizards. All right. Then tomorrow we get the Spurs versus the Grizzlies. I'm going Grizzlies because I don't need to see the Spurs at all.
It's crazy that the Grizzlies is good. I mean, I gotta keep. I gotta go back and see who their coach is. Yeah, because Jaren Jackson missed a lot, and Dylan Brooks is their second best guy. You know what I mean? It's crazy how they're not good, but they competitive. They competitive and compete. But I'm gonna go Spurs. I think Pop gonna win. I think DeRozan gonna have like a couple shots. So I'll go Spurs.
Mills, you say who you got?
I'm going Memphis too, man. I think DeRozan gonna crap the bed. Because he want to be out of there anyway.
I'm crying. Nah, I like Morant. Like the Grizzlies was a team that me and Naz bet like every single when they had a game, I was on their tickets. for some reason. I like their players, so we'll see. And then, but the biggest game, everybody wanted, everybody's waiting for it. We was hoping it happened.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy how like stuff like this fall into place for NBA and NFL. Like this is the matchup they wanted. A playing game with these two is nuts, man. Nuts.
Who wins? Warriors, Lakers.
Lakers win, man. LeBron already cut on the switch. He said
Warriors
if we want to win back to back, the time starts now, and they won the last 2 games already. So
they won the last 2 games. That's the switch.
That's when he made the announcement. When he came back, he only played 2 games.
Bro, one of the players none of the players played. Like,
that's not my problem. I was letting what LeBron said. He said the switch just turned on. We went back to back, and the Clippers were scared to face him in the first round. So, I mean, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna win this drink. Be about their business, man.
I think the Warriors gonna win. I think Steph is on a roll right now, and I think Steph gonna light it up, man. I think Steph go for 50. That's what I want to happen. That's what I want to see.
I don't even think 50 win that game.
Steph going for 50 win that game.
I don't think that win that game.
A Steph 50 is different than any other 50 though, because his 50 is like he's shooting in 3 people. He probably open. It's like the floor spacing is gonna be so off. His 50 different, bro. So if he got 50, they probably, you know what I mean, got 150 points. It's probably a shootout. I'll give you that. It's gonna be a shootout. But I think Steph, you know, shock the world.
I'm glad you said that because let's talk legacy then. Ooh. Because for the last 5-6 years, I don't know how long it's been, but it was Warriors versus Cleveland. Warriors, for like 3 times in a row. Steph, beat LeBron. LeBron beat Steph, going back and forth. KD came, they won and shit. So I guess if Steph does beat him here, like what happens to what happens to their legacy, because that's already solidified. But when we say LeBron versus Steph, does Steph get this one? Whenever y'all talk about those two, Steph always get the better of them, or is it like people never going to talk about Steph versus LeBron in any conversation, anyways?
I mean that's gonna be tough, right? Because I don't think they're really close in ranking. They close in ranking in totality, obviously, but they're not close enough where 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 spots away. They probably like 10 spots away realistically. You know what I mean? If probably more than that, you know what I mean? Probably 15. I don't know, but wherever you were Steph at right now.
You don't think Steph gonna end up top 10?
I think he'll get there, but it's not gonna be, he probably can get to top 12, 13, 14, I think. To crack that top 10 is gonna be like me personally probably would, but the holy grail of the consensus, to crack the top 10, it might be like
first all-time MVP, breaking all the shooting records.
You gotta take out
72-9 or 73.
You gotta take out who you gotta take out. What, Bird, or like who you taking out? Not Bird, like Bill Russell or Elijah Wan. You taking out Elijah Wan? You gonna take out Elijah Wan? I mean, if you got Elijah Wan, you gonna take out Elijah Wan? I don't know who you take out. That's it's like that 10 might be so solidified who you take out. You know what I mean? So you can sit him at 11 or 12 and be comfortable with it.
See, but I don't want to be like baseball. I don't want to be like, nope, this is the 10 and nobody can crack it, right? Yeah. I want to be open to it. So at the end of it, if Steph ends up better than Larry Bird, I don't want to just be like, well, Larry is a legend, so I can't move him. Elijah is a legend. Shaq is a legend. I mean, Steph going to be a legend too. So we'll say he's a legend now.
If he won another ring, he jump in front of Elijah Wan for me, for sure. Okay. The Shaq thing can be, I think then you start knocking on the Shaq door, right? I don't think he near Tim Duncan or Kobe. I think you start knocking on Shaq door I think he jumps Elijah Wan, and then he definitely knocking on Shaq door if he won another ring.
Okay.
I think so.
I think him stepping up this year and balling, because it was the narrative. Like, now Steph know how LeBron felt, and because they was terrible at first, but no, he got them back, and actually in the playing game, they make the playoffs. It's going to be like, okay, Steph can carry a team by himself, right? That box is now checked. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Any more association y'all want to talk?
He definitely carried a team.
That's what I'm saying. So, any more basketball we need to discuss before we get into the NFL?
Nah, man.
All right. So let's get into the NFL. The schedule was released. I'm a big schedule guy. I love it when the schedule comes out. I normally watch the shows. I didn't this year. But is there any games that came out that caught your eye? And I can bring up the schedule here if y'all don't have any. I don't know. Well, let's talk Bills. We are Bills fans. Let's talk about any Bills games that you two are excited for.
I'm not gonna hold you. I like that first game. I like that Steelers game, man.
Like
that's that first game because it's a good game. Because even though I know a lot of people are gonna be down on Steelers, right? Because people saying they had the whole collapse after going 11-0, but that's still a team where it's like a good barometer. Like if you can beat them soundly like we did last year, it shows okay. All right, that's because they defense is real, right? They're gonna try to revive another a running game with Najee Harris. So it's going to be a good, they're a good coach team. Yep. Anytime Steelers come, it's a good coach team. Mike Tomlin going to have them ready to go.
And
it's week one. So I really like that game. I really like that test for us early to wake us up quick. You know what I mean? So I really like that game.
Yeah, I agree. Because normally we start with like the Jets or we start like normally we have, it wasn't until the Rams game last year where we was like, okay, this is the first real game. We can see how good the Bills, we played like 4 games by then. Now it's like, even though we don't know how good Pittsburgh is going to be, we just assuming that Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh. If we come out there and we smash them, I'm feeling like, all right, it's over. We're going 17-0. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How about you, Mills? Any games you eyeing the go-to?
Go-to? I don't know about go-to. I probably won't go to no games this year. I don't know. It all depends on time and everything, how much the price is looking, because COVID got everything crazy right now. Tickets gonna be nuts. Tickets gonna be nuts. But games I'm looking for.
Hold on, Mills. This nigga Mills killed me, dog. He come in here sometimes in front. Yeah, I was in Atlanta for a week, balling out, all black restaurant, driving around, all these little peons with cars on the side of the road, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
Me and the wife like nice things. That's all we look, dirty things. I don't eat leftover meals.
I was thinking about calling Spike Lee, trying to get some credit at the end of the movie, and now he's talking about he can go to a football game. Yo, what?
Check the prices. This is crazy.
Check the prices, man. Check the prices. But I'm looking forward to watching, Bills versus Kansas City in October. Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to, man. I think it's I call it a makeup game to correct the mistakes that we had, in a championship game. The fear that we had, just going out there, not putting forth our best effort because. We haven't really been in that situation in a long time. And you got a lot of young players, young coaches that's like their first time in that moment too. So you went out there, playing a little scared, not trying to do things that you think probably wouldn't work, but if you would have tried them, they probably would have worked type of thing. And I think it's one of those moments that we're gonna go out there and try and do the best we can and just try and make up for where we failed that last season. So that's the big game that I'm looking forward to see this season.
Knowing myself, I'm not going to give them any credit if they beat Kansas City because for everything you just said, it's like, yeah, but I mean, they did get whooped like week 5 last year, but it's like the bar is now set. I need to see you play like this in the AFC Championship game versus them because y'all cowered last time. Yeah, you beat them week 4. Okay, cool. Let's see what happens in the playoffs. So I already know that's going to be my stance. I'm going to get killed. Yo, I was getting killed all weekend on Facebook. Did y'all see that? For my Nelly take. I mean, not Nelly, my Ludacris take.
Oh yeah, you tried to put me. No, you didn't put me in the line of fire. Did you put me in the line of fire?
It's a sub. I said some people think that Luda
put me in the line of fire.
No, so some people compare Luda to the baby. I don't know.
They similar, but we can't not say something about we play Buccaneers. You know what I mean? Tom Brady goes to Tampa. That's gonna be crazy. We can't. We gotta wait for that. We got Saints on Thanksgiving, so it's some big games for the Bills, man. So
dude, you like that Thanksgiving game?
I like Bills playing on Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Everybody watching. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be home eating food, watching the Bills, and I'm happy for that.
And it's a later game too. It's like the second last game, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be in my full gear. You're gonna be able to represent around the whole family. Everybody know I'm a Bills. You know what I mean? That feeling gonna be dope. You know what I mean? And hopefully we win that game. I think we should.
I'm not sure if me and Ange gonna be in town or not. I might be at your house in my Bills gear too, watching that game.
Fire. That's fire, bro.
Speaking of the Bucks, outside of the Bills, big game I'm looking forward to see. First game of the season is Dallas versus Tampa Bay. Man, I'm eager to see how Dak come back. He's cleared to come back, before training camp start. You know what I mean, from his foot injury and stuff like that.
Paid, got his money now.
Got paid, and he left blazing. He was blazing before he went out with the injury, and I'm looking forward to see how he come back. Can he bounce back, from the injury and be the same Dak that we saw, putting up 400, 500 passing yards.
Man, 500 of them things every week. So
I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's a big game I'm looking forward to.
I can't wait till Tom Brady hit the wall. So that's what I'm waiting for.
You think it's gonna be against the Patriots? You think it's gonna be against Bills? I mean the Patriots against Bill.
No, hell no. He gonna have 700 yards against the Patriots. He gonna have 700 yards against the Patriots.
Where is that? It's in. Gotta be in Foxborough. They have to put it in Foxborough.
Oh, let me look.
There's no way they put it in Tampa.
Keep talking.
There's no way. I mean, I would think that's just for the whole scenery, all of it. He got to be in. He got to go back. It got to be a go back game. I would hope the NFL would do that. You know what I mean? I would just hope.
And it's in New England.
Oh, it's in New England.
October 30th.
Got to be.
In New England. Got to be.
October 31st.
Yeah.
Yep.
Halloween, baby.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. October 3rd. October 3rd.
Oh, okay. What I'm saying. The NFL they played this joint right. They about to have this joint lit. Yo. They would have had it lit.
I'm crying.
That's gonna be a great game. That's gonna be a good game, man.
But this, right? Because this was the argument was Tom Brady he never had to play a Bill Belichick defense. Peyton Manning had to, Big Ben had to, Phillip Rivers had to, Drew Brees, and they always struggle. Like they take away your number one option, your number two option.
It's gonna be so great.
Now what you gonna do for three? I can't wait.
It's so great. It's just the story of the NFL is being told so beautifully right now because this is what you want to see. You want to see the guy go against the nemesis coach and seeing whose scheme is better. It's the story going crazy. You know what I mean? This is really good. Tom Brady just coming off another ring and possibly like just some impossible thing he did. So
Bill Belichick had the worst season he had in
Sunday night
years.
8:20 Sunday night.
Whew.
It's fire, man.
Handshake. Do they shake hands after the game? Call it right now.
I think they hug and Bill kiss him on the cheek.
No, he don't. No, he don't. He give him that half-hearted hug and tap him twice, or slap him on the butt. Good job, Tom. Yeah, keep it pushing, bro. Keep it pushing.
Or the COVID elbow. He could give him the COVID elbow. That's social distance. I'm social distancing. All right, I can't wait. I'm excited. So only football stuff we have, and I'm going to toss this to y'all, especially Rad, because you have kids. It was a viral video that went viral of two kids. It wasn't Tackle Alley, but I guess it was some version of Tackle Alley.
It was like a round the bend type thing.
Yeah.
Around, yeah.
So around the bend, Rad, they had to be like maybe 7, 8, and one of them looked like he about that action because he came helmet to helmet, knocked the one kid out. Terrible video. I don't know how it even got up on the internet. Like, how do you watch that video and say, "Oh yeah, I'm putting this shit up"? So that video went up and it went crazy.
It had to be the son. It had to be the one parent of the little boy that ran him over. You know, one of those moments.
Oh yeah, look at my son. Yeah,
speech, man. You know what I mean, stuff like that. But it was sad. It was sad to watch, man. 100% sad to watch.
Go ahead, talk about it. You played.
I played, and what? Don't get me wrong. We did do drills like that, but the difference was you knew who your stud players were, and you knew who your players were that were just out there because their parents say, "Hey, I want to get you into football," and stuff like this. And as a coach, you should know your personnel, and you should put people up against people that you know can handle that type of impact, that type of strength and power and stuff like that. But like the way they did that, it was like one of those, you know what I mean? You want to see how tough you is. Let's see how tough you is.
I was about to say
you go against our number one guy. You go against number one guy. And that little boy could have died to keep it a buck. Like, that run was, he could have died, like, or hurt like a big injury. And it was sad to look at. and being a little league player, and that's supposed to be a learning process. You start off in little league, the coach is supposed to get you ready, to go to high school and stuff like that, show you the fundamentals of the game, how to tackle, use tackling dummies, 3-point stands and stuff like that. And they honestly just threw this boy in the fire, man. They threw him in the fire, and they knew what the outcome was going to be. I honestly believe they knew what the outcome was going to be, and it was messed up, and the parents just sued.
Yo, man, the parents are sued.
I'm gonna keep it a bug. I didn't watch the video. To be honest with you, I did not see the video.
But you aware of what we're talking about?
Yeah, I do. I've heard somebody talking about it or something like that, or something. I did not see the video.
Okay.
But I definitely, that something happened like that similar to me where I was in a drill with somebody bigger than me and they smoked me. Like they smoked me. I've been playing football since I was 6. All right. So, and I had a real tough head coach. I had to push his car, wore tires on our necks.
Oh my God.
Like getting into drills when you're dead tired. Like I like literally like, so hearing what y'all saying, and I've seen that too. I've seen a person that was not good go against the best player, and I've seen that, and they know what wanted to happen. I have been the player that had to go against somebody who was quote unquote soft. You know what I mean? Shout out Twinkle Toes. I had to go. Shout out somebody. Shout out Twinkle Toes. Shout out Twinkle Toes. I had to run him over a couple times. You know what I mean? They sick the dogs on a couple people who, you know what I mean? You are as tough as your weakest link. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what they was preaching to us. So you know what I mean? So as a child, you did it, and you did it try to get better. And I mean, ultimately, it made me better. Now we lived in a different age and different thing, and I didn't see the video. And if he got concussed, we understand that CTE now. So I'm all for preventing head collisions and stuff like that. So for me, tackle alley, I hated it in Little League, hated it in high school. I tried to avoid it all the time because it was always stupid, unrealistic. I understand it's like a drill of toughness, but you said a drill of toughness, but it's like it's not an unrealistic football play. I'm not just about to get up and run as fast as I can at somebody and hit them. Like, bro, like I'm not doing that, and I always hated it, right? So I always hated coaches who got a thrill out of that. I never really understood it, but I definitely been a part of where you put the best player on the worst player. You know what I mean?
This is bad. I'm gonna see
to get it better.
I just sent it to you. Then I'm a rebuttal what you just said. Let's see if you can see that. My bad. Here we go.
It's on the screen, right?
He smashed him. I seen this.
Whew.
I seen this.
That's crazy. So
I've seen this, bro.
I know where we're at. Well, I know.
Sadly enough, this is not foreign to me. Sadly enough, it's not.
Well, so I know you've seen it, but try to and experience it on both ends. So I guess you being a parent now, if you got a video of like that of your son getting ran over like that, I guess what would your reaction be? Would you be like, man?
To be honest with you, I mean, to be honest with you, I will work with my son to be better, to be a better form tackler, to get lower. You was too high. I'll work on technique because for me, him putting on the equipment is already knowing that he can get hurt. Me and his mother agreeing he gonna play football already says, all right, we know what that means. You know what I mean? So that's for me. So I'm gonna be football dad. I play football, so I'm gonna be like, hey, next time you see how you got smacked like that, next time you gotta be lower to him.
Yeah,
so maybe you're not gonna get hit like that. Maybe you're not gonna tackle him, but you're gonna not get hit like that. You're gonna get lower to him. You might get hit back and not. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a different experience.
Down, something.
Yeah, so it's gonna be different. So I would coach him to tackle better. But so that's how I'll approach it.
And I like that answer because that's life. Life is gonna smack you in the face like that. And how do you react? Do you go high and quit every time, or do you get lower? So we'll see. But I would say this: it's similar in basketball, right? If you got some kid that's terrible or some kid that's talking stuff, right? You go, all right, here, best player. You go over there, you check them, you check the best player, and I'm going to embarrass you. now you know that you're not that great. Now you got to work harder. Almost like shame you. And it's a tactic that they used back in the day, and it is effective, right? If you get your ass bust, if we do a rebound drill with me and Mills just dominating me, or we do a low post drill and Mills just dominating me, you know how embarrassing that is. So what do? Do you go get better, or do you quit? And I think a lot of kids quitting.
But you're throwing in health and
yeah. It's different. It's different in football because embarrassing somebody means giving them a concussion. In basketball, I just mean just some hurt feelings. So I don't know.
At that age, I was nice. I was a 30, 10, 15, and 12 guy. At that age, I don't put up them numbers, man, on the court.
Mills was Jokic. Mills was Jokic back in the day.
But yeah, we living in an age where everything is being posted, and I mean, seeing that as you know what I mean. If that's not foreign to me, so it's not like whoa. It's like I've seen that in games a lot. People is just bigger. Like what if it happened? The issue is like, because what if you transfer that into a game? What if you put him in?
Yeah,
and a best running back came and do that. So it's like, where do you draw the line at? Because you know what I mean. It's he gonna play games, and if it happened in the game, it's different now. Because it's like, well, he tried to.
He's not playing anymore. He's done.
I'm just saying.
That
could have been his first attempt, but he tried to. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was timid. He just got to get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to work. I mean, I don't know. You got to work.
No, right. You're right. You got to work with
that. I don't know.
This is not foreign.
But it is like.
This is not foreign, right? We got basketballs through at the back of our head. If we were playing defense, right? See man, always see your ball in the man. And if you turned your head to face your man only, it was a basketball coming to the back of your head.
Oh,
but that was we had two coaches in high school. You already know which one I'm talking about. But right,
that's nuts.
that was the culture. And to us, it was like, damn, I messed up. Let me not turn my head no more. Yeah. If that goes out to anybody, it's different because if you're not familiar with the culture, you're not familiar with how basketball works. If you're not familiar with football works, I can imagine Angie seeing this video and telling me my son is never playing football.
Never playing football. Yeah.
So when you get those movies out there, like the concussion movie, and you see articles and stuff about how, like, it's a statistic out there that most football players, like running back and stuff like that, don't really make it past the age of 45 because of, head injuries and stuff like that. And you get that knowledge, and then you see something like this. This kid is only 6 or 7. You know what I mean? And he's potentially going to have the same impact that, this NFL player had at the age of 30. You know what I'm saying? At an early age. And that can be a life-changing moment. So I can understand why people are taking that as serious as it is now, because that information is being brought out to our attention now.
I think anytime you show sports things to just the public, I don't know whether that's women who don't play sports, men don't play sports, anybody that doesn't understand what's really going on here. Because they probably like, why do y'all even need that drill? Anyways, so we'll see. But the coach was already fired. I don't know if he should have been fired because this is a drill. Like, this is a drill.
He shouldn't have been fired. You could, because because you're not like the boy just came and he ran him over like that. I'm just saying, if that happened in a game, you would have just chalked it up to the game. You know what I'm saying? You would have not said, nobody would have said nothing to that. Because it's another teammate. It's another team. He tried to tackle me. He ran you over. You got to tackle better, son. You know what I mean? It looked ugly, and I definitely understand if that happened to my son, I definitely want him to be okay. But if you and the parents decide, I mean, we in the information age, I know what happens in football. Yeah. I would assume you have some knowledge of maybe of this stuff. This is not 10 years ago. This is 2021.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta, you gotta know that can happen. Like, you know what I mean? Especially if you gotta know your kid. He seemed to frail, light. He seemed like he 20 pounds soaking wet.
Typically, it happens though in Little League and stuff like that when the parent of the timid, the guy that got ran over, the parent is, my boy gonna be the next thing.
Get back up. Like, it's a lot of that, bro. What? If his dad was there, get back up. Yo, get like it's I've seen a lot, bro. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right.
He going again.
He going again. Let's go. You know what I mean? Yo, people dash, they
go,
bro. They in that, bro.
Yeah. So,
I've seen it all, bro. When I tell you I've seen it all, I'm not saying it right.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we need to change some stuff. Maybe we need to check because I definitely didn't like Tackle Alley.
What you say, Mills?
I said, of course you saw you pushing cars and wearing.
Yeah, I know you.
Oh man, shout out to Coach Colonel, bro. Shout out to Coach Colonel. He was the best coach I ever had, bro. We was pushing tires. I wore a garbage bag every day. I had to lose weight. I was holding tires. Bro, we was wilding, bro. I'm not wilding, but I mean, it got me a lot of discipline, bro. It got me learning the football game. So I don't feel like it was child abuse or nothing like that. It was just discipline. He just brought the military discipline to 8-year-olds. Now that might have been extreme. I don't know, but we was nice. So shout out to
I think if once I start coaching or if I start coaching, I'm banning all phones. Like no phones here. Leave them just in the locker room. We not recording nothing.
Let's go. We got to get back to how we got brought up. You know what I mean? That stuff is true and true. Yeah. You can definitely add nuance to it. I'm not saying concuss kids. Don't do that. But you know, sometimes some tough things need to happen for people to get better. You know, that's the only way you're going to get that boy want to play football and want to make it to the NFL. You got to learn how to tackle. You know what I mean? It's that simple.
So before we get to music, I do want to play a little game, respect it or reject it, and it's gonna be fun. And this is gonna be the respect it or reject it Tim Tebow versus Kelvin Benjamin portion, because Kelvin Benjamin has a workout with the Giants. Did he get signed?
Yeah, he got signed.
That's how he got signed. Okay, so I tied in, and Rad had mentioned this. I want to say maybe a week or two before it happened. And then when it happened, he was like, let's go. Like I told y'all boys, like, so it was a debate about him or Tebow. So the cards respect it or reject it. So I guess I start off serious. Respect it or reject it. Tim Tebow will have more receiving yards than Kelvin Benjamin this year.
Well, I don't have any cards, but Tebow, I'm gonna respect it.
Yo, you on this Tebow tight end train, Mills.
The only reason why I'm gonna respect it is because the whole thing about how everybody feels about Tebow playing tight end or getting an opportunity to play football again as is. Mm-hmm. And I think he's gonna be, put in a couple positions where he actually get an opportunity to get on the field. And he might get a couple catches. Calvin Benjamin, on the other hand, converted from wide receiver, to tight end, which is, it's good because you already know how to run the route tree. You know what I mean? You can block a little bit. It's a little different now because you added to the offensive line. You know what I mean? You're going against the ends and stuff like that. But you behind Evan Ingram. And I don't think he's going to see the field that much, honestly. He had he was about out for like 5 or 6 seasons, I think. Maybe not that long.
18 was his last one?
About 4 seasons.
Three or four.
I don't know how active he's been out. But Tebow
he wasn't active when he was in the league. That was an issue.
But Tebow been doing stuff, man, playing baseball, stuff like that, working out. You see him on the field, doing stuff. And I think Tebow's body may be in a little more shape than Benji. So I just think Tebow get a little more opportunities to have a chance to catch the ball. Will he get in the end zone? Maybe not, but is preseason included?
No.
This is tough because I won't be shocked if neither of them make the team. So this is why it's so tough. Let alone.
That's why
I'm gonna lean towards Tebow because if he make the team, I think Urban Meyer just gonna be pressed to get him the ball, like pressed to use them on some Taysom Hill stuff. Like I feel like he just gonna be like, look at Tebow and like, all right, come on, Tim. Compared to Benji, go get in the game for me. You know what I mean? Because the coach got to play you. Even though his relationship with the GM, the coach got to play you. And I think Urban Meyer being a coach helps Tebow more. Get on the field more. I think he'll be on the field more.
I think you might see Tebow at tight end. You might see him at fullback. You might
quarterback,
see him running back, quarterback,
all that. So, he's gonna be Taysom Hill-esque like.
So respect it or reject it. Kelvin Benjamin will have more pancakes than Tim Tebow this year. I'm gonna respect that. I know Kelvin Benjamin, he about 280 right now.
He's definitely about 280 for the pick. He gotta be about 280.
Yo, bro, y'all gonna tell me Kelvin Mitchell gonna be blocking, bro? Yo, it's no way he's going to block. Bro, do we know the same guy that like didn't want to do nothing?
He don't do nothing. I can't.
He didn't want to do anything. Now you telling me he about to go block somebody? It's no way. Yo, y'all are wild.
Bump and run. Bump and run.
Nah, bro. He was a Bill. We saw him. We know who he is.
I think Icebox said that he should have been our tight end. Like when we traded for him, Icebox said put him.
Got Clay out of here. Get Clay out of there because Clay was terrible.
Put him at tight end. So I don't know, man. Like it's tough because Benjamin was like a great college receiver, won a championship with Jameis. Yeah. And then he had 1,000-yard seasons at the Panthers, came to the Bills, and like it was quiet from that point on. So I don't know what to expect from him. And Tebow, I don't expect anything from Tebow, to be honest. But I might be surprised.
Yeah, I just think they just gonna have him doing more. I think Tebow's just gonna be running motion, just doing things that that Calvin just gonna line up at tight end. So I think that's why it's gonna be
perfect. So I do want to get into some culture before we get out of here. Some new music dropped. Some J. Cole dropped. What y'all boys think about that?
Go Mills. You like Cole? You like
listen to Cole? Dope. I thought it was dope. I listened to it probably about two or three times. Obviously at work and stuff like that. So I didn't really get a chance to actually, sit down and dissect, the verbs and the words and everything like that. But it was definitely a good listen, man. Just to get that opportunity to hear, some good beats, hear some good lyrics with some good features, and stuff like that. It was actually some legit rapping. You know what I mean? Not none of that gibberish like the Migos.
Mumble rap.
Like the Migos put out.
Oh, sorry, the Migos. Scrating. Not get scrating, but scrating.
Shout out to Takeoff, bro. I think he had the best verse, man. Shout out to Takeoff.
They said he saved the song, but yeah, J. Cole drunk was definitely dope though. J. Cole drunk was dope. Shout out to Lil Baby, man. Shout out to Lil Baby.
Oh, I came on here a while ago telling you about Lil Baby. Lil Baby, and he not messing right now.
On his Wayne stuff, that Wayne run where he was just on every verse.
Every verse.
He's on everybody CD, every verse. Everybody wanted a Baby feature. Like he's the number one feature artist right now. So shout out to Baby. Baby.
It's definitely his time. What you think about the album? I know you're a Cole fan. And I know you said that Cole is one of the best rappers of all time, and if you like somebody else more, as preference. You think he delivered and he made you look right with the CD?
Oh yeah, I think he definitely snapped. You know what I mean? Even if he did a good job. I think it was just like it wasn't too much of anything. It was just him just rapping, freely about just whatever personal issues,
a lot of personal stuff,
social, personal, social, whatever. It was just like he was just competitively, too. Like he was just rapping as well as anybody I think ever, and I think he showed that, and he definitely delivered. I think right now it's probably album of the year. So yeah, he definitely delivered. I definitely think it was dope. He had the beat selection. The beat selection was nuanced. It was beat selection features.
Not Hitmaker.
Hit Boy. No, Boy Wonder. Boy Wonder. Hit Boy. Yeah. Boy Wonder. It was just dope. You know what I mean? Even the features was dope. You know what I mean? The limited features. It was just like it was dope, bro. My one of my favorite artists, Black, was on there. Like he had Black on there. He had it was just dope. So
Moray on there. Yeah,
Moray, 21, Baby. So it was dope. You know what I mean?
And my guy Killer. Shout out to my man Killer. Shout out to you, Killer.
The best decision you ever made. The best decision you ever made. That was fire. It was fire. The beat was fire. Killer was fire. Lil Jon at the end was fire.
Yeah, right.
That was a great intro. Shout out to Cole. That was a great intro. Coming on snapping. You know what I mean? So yeah, before I keep talking, Mike, you can go. Talk about what you like.
No, I agree because I text you because you and I, we have our little Drake and Jay-Z thing. We go back. It's almost like tennis. Like Drake do some shit and you be like, boop, ball in your court. Your whole job. I'm like, he's 50, he's still doing it. So we going back and forth. And once I heard this, I said, yo, if Drake has a better album than this Cole album, like if Drake come with a better album than this, I'm like, yo, I don't know. Then we talking because I thought this album was incredible. I may be desensitized a little bit because of all the terrible music that has been coming out over the last year. Not terrible music. I don't want to say that, but it's just been like see artists, right?
Yeah.
I've been dropping with like Griselda. Every time they drop, like, oh, Griselda drop.
Yeah.
Now Cole is out. So now,
Cole's out,
he put his foot on Boy's neck and say, I'm the big dog here. And this how you do this shit. So, but if Drake beat this, and if Kendrick come in and do something with this, like I think we back. I think we back. I think rap is back. And I think rap would be in a good place with those three leading it. So
for sure.
Shout out to Cole. Shout out to Cole. Any hooping.
Any hooping in Africa. You know what I mean? 3-3 and 3-3er. You know what I'm saying?
Cole is all his little black boy dreams. He hooping, he rapping. Oh, right. I'm crying.
In Africa, that's crazy.
So then Nicki, Drake, and Wayne came out. I must admit, I've been dogging Wayne.
He let go.
Wayne been on it. He been on it. Wayne been on it.
Y'all just listening. Y'all just start listening. I'm telling you, Wayne been talking. Wayne been talking, man.
He sound like he been
Wayne been talking.
The big song and Benny feature, he killed it. Mm-hmm. He killed this joint, and it was I think another song he was on, but I can't remember. But Wayne been talking. So what your boys think about that song, Seeing Green?
I thought it was dope. I thought it was more so dope to me because, like you said, like Wayne is back. We didn't really hear Wayne that much for a little bit of time. He came back on fire. Nicki been sitting out for a minute. She had the baby and everything like that. She came back. She came back on fire.
Shots right at you, Cardi. She said shots right at Cardi. She said, you must stand in. Like, come on, I'm back. I'm back.
He came back on fire, and Drake was just Drake. I mean, he did what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And then Nicki actually said in the interview that she appreciated Drake because he gave her that push, to get back out there because she planned on taking some more time out. You know what I mean? But he gave her that push. She had writer's block. I think her dad died and stuff like that. Drake gave her some words of encouragement and stuff like that. And
Drake trying to smash.
Whoa, Barry with the little sick shit.
And she came back on fire, man. I think it was like a 5-minute song. And Wayne had like the first 2.5 minutes, bro.
Yeah, Wayne went crazy.
Wayne went crazy, man. I just appreciate it.
They all went crazy.
Like they say, you got to give people their flowers, while they living, stuff like that. And, we appreciate Wayne, man. He had a major role, in hip hop. And, for us to still appreciate him for who he is and for him to still give us some good music like this, I mean, we do appreciate it. So I just look forward to him coming out with some more tunes, in the future.
I think I like where women rap is at right now. It felt like they all working together, right? It was at one point where you could only like either Remy or Nicki. Like you couldn't like both for some reason. Nicki or Cardi, you couldn't like both. But now you see Meg, Mulatto, Saweetie, they all work together. It seemed like they all trying to eat. So I think shout out to that. But Nicki went crazy. Nicki did remind these bitches that y'all my sons. So I am queen here. So
she broke the web with the pink crop. She took a pic and
I didn't like that though. I didn't like that. Crocs? It felt like hey guys, don't forget about me. Like I feel like Nicki is past that. Right? It's okay if you want to be naked and stuff. I mean, I guess do your thing. But to me, it just felt like she had to get naked for a rollout. It's like, Nicki, you don't have to do that shit no more. You were way past that. You could just drop it and not say one word to nobody. People gonna listen to it. But that's my take on it.
That's the whole industry over. If you compete on that level for women, sadly, I mean not sadly, maybe because I mean if she feel empowered doing that to each his own. But I just want to say, when them three get together is dope. The fact that them all three came out the same camp, like Wayne was hottest rapper in the world, and to sign Nicki and Drake,
crazy.
You know what I mean? That's kind of like what that don't even make sense. How is that even possible? You know what I mean? Because that's just crazy. You know what I mean? So to them three to always be part, they came from the same camp. It was bubbling the same time, and so that's just dope. Just to remind you.
I've been trying to look up their songs to see like where does this one rank in like the three of them, Because like I said, when those three get together, like they rarely miss on the song.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not sure where this ranks. But right now, like this would be a tough one to beat. But I'm sure
it's better than Bedrock. I'll tell you that much.
like Jay Mills was on that joint. Tyga, like what?
Gutter.
Nah, I talk about
no
that.
Stevie Wonder or something like that. I don't know what this is.
I see me Wonder. Stevie Wonder. It's like shut
Shout out to Stevie, man. He just had a birthday, man. Shout out to Stevie, man.
Shout out to Stevie.
It was Stevie's birthday. Shout out to Stevie. All right.
Legend.
Before we get out of here, Rad wanted to talk about this. I was on the fence about talking about this. Okay. So Rad, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna toss you the ball and let you do your thing.
Mike making it seem like it's so sacred or something.
I know.
But, you know, we do this a podcast, man. We in a podcast land. And one of the better podcasts, man, the JBP, the Joe Budden podcast was, and you know, in the news, you know, for pretty much is over. For that iteration of the Joe Budden podcast is over. Rory and Mal, you know, was, you know, y'all see, if y'all watch it, if y'all up to game, y'all know that, you know, they was fired on air, blah blah blah. They can't respond, all that type of stuff. And I'm not here to necessarily talk about, you know, that. You could talk about, you could bring up if anyone saw, y'all can bring up anything y'all want. But I more so wanted to talk about just friends in business. You know what I mean? Like how, you know, because a lot of the talk around it is like, this is why you can't mix friends and business together. You know what I mean? And you know, I just felt like that's just not a true statement. You know what I mean? And because for one, I'm in business with my friends. You know, I don't want that to be a true statement, obviously. So I just wanted to, you know, what was y'all take on more so friends and business.
Right, like you're freaky.
I know that's crazy. Pause. Friends and business pertaining to how what's the best way to go about it based on y'all experience?
Communication is key, man. Communication is key. That's pretty much the most important thing. Even if it wasn't even friends involved, you know, businesses in general, communication is the best thing to keep that specific business or whatever, you know, together, to keep it, you know, keep the foundation strong, so you won't have that moment where, you know, things can tumble and things can, you know, break into pieces. I actually listened to the little Kevin Hart, you know, piece about the whole situation, everything like that. And, you know, Kevin, he brought up, you know, a valuable point when he said that, you know, even though, you know, I may be the top dog of this podcast, you know, with you guys, you know, with his crew, but one thing I do is I make sure that you guys are involved in everything. You know, whenever we have a meeting or anything like that, it's like an open door policy for you to come in and sit in, you know, to get that information, so you won't be, you know, out of the loop and stuff like that. And I think that's a very important, you know, role or important key, you know, to be successful, especially when you're in business with anybody, even if it's not friends. You know, everybody should have their part. Everybody should be able to be, you know, involved in decision making and stuff like that. Even if you are the top dog or the leader of the pack, you still should get your team, you know, involved. Let them know what's going on, because, I mean, to be honest, a lot of people are blindsided, you know, with stuff. They don't get the opportunity to know what's going on. And then when you ask questions, you know, like, why are you asking these questions? Because I need to know. I understand that I may not be that hierarchy or the top of the pyramid, but it's good to know. In order for us to succeed together as a group, we all should be on the same page at the same time. And I think that's a valuable point, and something that needs to be, you know, the head of the chart.
I would say that, yeah, I agree. Communication is definitely key. But the issue with Joe and them, and just a lot of people in business, is that they treat business different if they are in business with their friends. And I think that's where people go wrong. Like, yeah, it's a different dynamic, and it can be beautiful, because I don't hold y'all guys to the same standard that I may hold somebody else to, right? We can kick it and we can chill. And if Rad is late, I can be like, or say, man, he got 2 kids, he got 3 kids. You know, Sean, like, you know, let's give him some grace time. If it's somebody else, I'm like, oh my, where's this nigga at, man? I got shit to do. I got this, I got that. But with you, I'm going to show some more love. But what happens is, if that happens over 7 years, it's like, okay, Rad is just taking advantage of our friendship, because he know he can be late because we're not gonna say nothing. Because if I was working with somebody else, not saying that you be late, Rad, but if we work with somebody else, it'd be like, yo, bro, like you've been late twice. Like, come on, man, you gotta be here on time. It'd be like that. Or if like Mill's Wi-Fi went out, I'd be like, yo, bro, man, you gotta buy a wire, you gotta get this, you gotta get that. But Mill's like, all right, Mill's like, I understand, like you out of town, like you good. So it could be beautiful if y'all are, in business, but as friends. But too many times it's friends in business, because at the end of the day, whenever we talk, I always say I want to treat this just like a business. I don't want to cut no corners. I want to have separation of duties. I said I handle the account. Somebody handle the merch. Somebody handle the money. Somebody handle this. Like I still want to run it like a business, no matter what. We vote. Like we had a vote the other day. Right? We vote on stuff. It's not, nobody is the person to go to. We vote, and if Preach lost, it was 3-1. Preach said, all right, cool. That's the decision that we are going. And too many times, Joe has an ego. None of us really have an ego. The biggest ego is probably Preach, but a lot of that is just a facade anyways for the podcast. But I would say that we humble. So if y'all want to do something, I'm not going to freak out, be like, I know best. I'm like, all right, maybe y'all know. Maybe y'all know. So I think that's one thing too, is just having no ego, going in there, marching, keep everybody up to date with what's going on. Hey, we got the blacklist. Hey, we doing this on Monday. Hey, we doing this. Can you do that? Like, we communicate so much, and it's kind of unfortunate. That's why I wanted to just chop it up with y'all at first, because a lot of times, like, the pod do take over the conversations. But lately, we've been good with that. We had talk for all day, and then somebody bring up some pod shit, and that'll be it. Mm-hmm. So I think just maintaining that friendship, but running it like a business as well.
Yeah, I hit most all the points really. You know what I mean? If I want to be specific to Joe thing, the only thing I will, because the more I go back and forth, I see both sides. I understand what Mal Rory the dynamic. Yes, I think Joe has an ego. Yes, I think he shows a lot of narcissistic tendencies. But also, if he feels like, y'all not putting as much to hold, what the contract said as far as percentages and stuff like that. If he feel that way, I think he going about it wrong personally. But it's a legit place to feel like, man, I'm giving y'all too much of this piece that I don't think y'all deserve. Now, maybe if you from Mal Rory, you like, bro, that's craziness. But from his aspect, is his IP, he can do that. Me personally, I think he could have been more transparent. I think they could have been more in the decision making, been a part of it. Because it's one thing for me that, yes, Joe, you have the final decision.
Final say, yeah.
That's important. You should have the final say, but the final say doesn't mean like whatever I say go. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to tell him how to run this, but you could do how you want. For me, I would do it as like, I'm gonna hear everybody, see everybody's perspective in my business to making the best informed decision. You know what I mean? Which way do people moving? You know what I mean? And if it goes against my goal, be cool, find a way to articulate that to your people, so they're not left in the dark. And I think he left too many people in the dark. He was making too many moves. I mean, whatever the case might be, but hopefully they both land on their feet. I will listen to a Mal Rory podcast. I will listen to a Joe podcast. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate because I really thought they was one of the better podcasts out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And for us, and it's just, inspiration for us. You know what I mean? Like, we're friends. We got 10 plus years relationship. We want to be successful in this space. And they was a symbol for that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So hopefully we take heed to that. We listen, we look at it, watch out for it, try to, nip anything in the bud that we can before that even happen. You know what I mean? So I think I'm lucky for us. We are we a 4-way split. We not even in the whole dynamic of a bigger percentages. But even if something like that ever do happen, I hope that it's all good. You know what I mean? We figure it out. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, for us, it's a learning lesson, and hopefully they figure out and become friends at least, even though it's no more Pop.
Yeah, I think it's important because to have somebody to talk to, and that became the issue is that Joe couldn't talk to neither one of them about it, and so the communication was gone. And they had their lawyers and stuff doing it. I guess that's one way to try to save it, but by then it was probably too late. And with us, it's like if Mills pissed me off, if Preach pissed me off, I can call Rad. If Rad pissed me off, I can call Mills. I can call Preach. And like, yo, can you talk to him, man? He just pissed me off. And they got to the point where like Joe couldn't say nothing to nobody, so they all just upset and just sitting in it for a year and a half, 2 years. They said, and then it exploded to Joe firing them on air.
Yeah.
Come on,
funny, man. Hey, funny, man.
It's not funny, but it's funny because how did y'all get here? Like y'all had the bag. How did y'all fumble it like that? Like how the Eagles not sit down and be like, yo, we got money coming. Let's figure this out. What do you want to see? You want to see the numbers? I'll show you the numbers.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. You know, that's why it's like I feel because I understand. I tried to understand Joe's side, you know, fully because I was definitely on Marlon Roy's side because it's like, bro, you're tripping. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to understand his side more to see where, you know, he definitely could have been a better leader, definitely could have been a better communicator. But it was just too messy. It was just like, bro, how did that happen? It just seemed like y'all see each other twice a week for it to happen like that. Probably more than that. You know what I mean? Just like that's just crazy
too. It's like y'all with each other.
Yeah, it's just like wow. That's just, you know what I mean. Just it's an unfortunate, man. Just unfortunate case.
Joe always talk about he's not a businessman, and I don't know. Like this is the first time ever in business. And even though like we all went to school, we all went to college, right? We got some college education in us. I think maybe that'll help us because we come from a different dynamic. We took economics or some shit. I don't know if any of that will help us at all. I
think the fact that we saying, hey, did we all partners in this and there's no bigger stake? I think that's definitely a big hurdle compared to that, you know, because that's where it's like, you know, if somebody feel like they're more entitled to something, even if it's true, right? Say if I felt like I designed this is my own IP, you know what I mean? That's like, oh, so down that's like, all right, you treating me like an employee, so I can potentially try to treat somebody like an employee. Like that's where it's get like, you know what I mean? That's where like I can be your friend, but if I'm treating you like an employee, you know that relationship between management and it's just like it's never really great. You know what I mean? It's always a little murky. It's either the manager is super, player friendly, or he's super strict. You know what I mean? It's you know, it's hard to be in that gray area with that because you know you can do one thing that can tick somebody off, and you know what I mean. So it's always gonna be tough in that, I think. You know what I mean? But I think, you know, I think it was a way to figure it out. They didn't, but hopefully they figure it out and they
hopefully they can be friends.
Yeah.
Joe said some wild shit.
He apologized. He said it's so funny because he got mad at the people for not editing something out.
Oh yeah.
I was like, bro, you is just, but he was hurt. You know what I mean? He was hurt. He's in the moment. He recorded it. He probably shouldn't have recorded it. Somebody should have pressed stop. Somebody should have.
Yeah, somebody like, come on, Joe. We're not doing this right now.
We're not doing this.
He was answering everybody on Twitter too. Everybody had questions and stuff, throwing stuff out there.
Yeah, because he's trying to save face.
Yeah, it was he's
getting killed. He getting killed right now, and it's not looking good. But we'll see. No, I like Joe. I think he's really great at what he do.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The talent. He's really great. I think he's funny. He's super funny. He's really good at his do. He could just talk and entertain. He
got hands too. What was that fighting game with the rappers? I used to pick Joe Budden.
Oh, Def Jam.
I used to pick him all the time, bro.
He got hands too.
So I think that's what it is. He really great at what he do. So it's like, how much can he like? Is my way or no way? You know what I mean? So that's the tough way. He got to figure it out. So
he already had an audience. So for him, like us, we building this from the. I mean, you had your other podcast, but we essentially building this from the ground up. Where Joe came from the rap game, loving hip hop, right? He had Everyday Struggle, which was a smash, right? So he came with an audience. So in the back of his mind, he like, hey, everywhere I go, it turned into gold.
Exactly.
This happening because of me. Like
it turns into gold. It blows up. It definitely blows up too. So that's where it's like, Joe, yes, you're right. But at the same time, this was what happens to it when you're there too long. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is gone. Your rap career, you're not rapping no more. Everyday Struggle is gone. All these other shows is like, bro, what's going on? So it's like who, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Hopefully he lands on his feet. He usually always lands on his feet. Yeah, you know what I mean. So let's see how
first of all involved. I mean, I like the Ish and Ice on the pod, so I think that one to be fine. Parks talking more, it's all right. Worry and Maul. I might listen to their pod. I don't know. I don't care for Worry takes. I really. He's too friendly. Oh yeah, man, he's great. Oh yeah, you had a new. That was awesome. Like, bro, like no, this shit was trash. No, it's not awesome, but we'll see. But shout out to them. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they do remain friends. Because at the end of the day, whatever happens with this, I don't want to lose our friendship. Millions of dollars, or we lose money. Hopefully, we all maintain our friendship.
Yeah, man.
That's what really matters at the end of the day. So, all right. So we made it to the end of this show. Any shout out? RIP. We've been here about 2 hours just talking.
Oh wow.
Love it. Dang. It felt good though. Felt good. So shout out RIP dedication. No, I want to dedicate this podcast and give a little shout out to Alexis Miller and my guy Money. Both of them, right, stuck in there to get that bachelor. I know a lot of people wouldn't have did it. A lot of people just would have quit and said, "Let me forget this. I'm Gucci," because Money had a job making good money. I know Alexis had a job. I'm not sure how much money she made, but I'm sure she was making decent money.
They bougie. What you mean? Only the best over there. They bougie. Only the best.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just saying. Yeah. At the end of the day, Mills getting to it. But
I'll put in my 2-week notice.
You said what?
Yeah, right.
She got her degree and she got a new job. She started today, man. I'm putting
stay at home, Millie.
I'm staying at home, bro.
Yeah, put my
watching the dog.
Watching the dog, man. Dog man.
But yeah, so I want to dedicate to everybody that graduated college this past weekend. 7 years ago on the 17th was my college graduation, and that's one of the best decisions I made. Kind of got me living how I'm living now. So shout out to all the college graduates out there. I want to dedicate or shout out anybody, any RIPs. I didn't see any RIPs.
No, I want to shout out the maskers, the maskers. Yeah, okay. The maskers. Yeah, because I was at work and one of my coworkers, he was like, "Yo, there's this cute girl over there, man. I'm trying to holler at her." I'm like, "You sure?" He like, "Yeah, bro, she cold." I'm like, "You sure?" He said, "Yeah, she cold." I said, "You see her with her mask off?" He was like, "Nah." And then he asked the other dude, "Yo, you see her with her mask off?" He was like, "Yeah, bro, you don't want that, bro." So shout out to the scammers, man. Shout out to the scammers.
Oh, they scam with the mask on? With the
mask on, man. Eyes up, man. Nice hair.
Lashes on. The lashes be this the lashes, bro. The lashes with some nice eyebrows can fool anybody, bro.
With the mask. Makeup, a little mascara.
That's it, man.
Cold. Eyes up. Hey man, if she's a masker, to tell her to wear the mask all the time. Every time we go on a date, just keep the mask on. That's funny.
You don't know. I mean, y'all ain't know his type. That could have been his love of his life, man.
I know. Yeah, I
shoot your shot. Shoot your shot, man. Shoot your shot.
Yeah. I shouldn't be rating women anyways.
Thank you.
I'm just playing.
Everybody's on a 10.
Everybody's a 10.
Everybody's a 10.
Yeah, Bob, we believe in body positivity over here. I'm
crying. Because Preach not here.
Yeah, I know.
You'd be like, why is everybody 10? When did we start doing that? When did girls stop being ugly? When did we take ugly out?
That's the problem. You're not talking about ugly.
Somebody need to tell her she ugly. Like, yo,
hey, maybe you told her she was ugly. She go hit the gym. She'll learn how to cook. Like, yo, Preach.
That's the problem now.
That's the problem now. So, Preach, we miss you, bro. Come back. We'll see you next week, and we will see everybody else back here next week for the #1 podcast that ends at 10:15 on Tuesday nights. All right, we got it.